Hey YouTube, Rook here from Rook Geek Goodness, my little channel on the web for all things geeky and cool. And welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to a brand new Funko review. Now, I talked about this particular item on my recent stream. If you haven't watched that stream yet, stop the video now, go take a look at that stream. You'll see what we're kind of talking about when it comes to this particular Funko item. But I figured, you know what, it'd be a perfect time to do the review for this particular item. This product came out about 3 months ago, and of course, as the thumbnail kind of lets you guys know what's going on, we're talking about the Spider-Man Captain Universe version, Entertainment Earth exclusive. So what is he all about? Why does Spider-Man look like this? So let me give you guys get you caught up to speed of what Captain Universe is all about. It really took place in a storyline called Acts of Vengeance. When he became this version of Spider-Man Captain Universe, it was in Spectacular Spider-Man 158. This is back 1989, 1990s is when this whole thing took place. The Act of Vengeance was a storyline that ran for about a year and a half, and it took place through many different titles in Marvel. It was really spearheaded by Loki trying to really mess with the Avengers. And the idea was to take different villains to fight different heroes, to try to catch them off guard. But the whole idea of Captain Universe here is really branded to the idea of something called the Micro Universe. It was also known as the Micronauts, is where this really takes place, where the power is really invested in. Think of the Micro Universe stuff for Ant-Man, the new Ant-Man movies for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That universe is where Captain Universe, otherwise known as the Enigma Force or the Unipower, is based upon. And the idea of the Unipower or the Enigma Force really takes place when you have a galactic or a universe-bending event. This would basically cause the microverse to spit out a piece of Captain Universe to be imprinted on a particular individual. They have a special set of powers that get branded to a person. For example, if Rook got this power set, I would get certain powers that be invested in me. Things like super strength, flight, durability, healing, energy projection, something called the Captain Universe X Vision power set, where you have certain things you can see through walls, things like that. That is the idea of the Captain Universe power set. And the thing is, you take those powers, and it usually gets put upon somebody else, usually some type of hero. This power does not work for villains. They will leave them. It's really designed for good heroes. That's what this power is all encompassing for. When Spider-Man got this power set here, his spider sense became omniscient. He became omnipresent, basically, where he was able to detect and feel and know everything or anything across the entire universe. He couldn't turn this off. It was driving him crazy. So he became almost godlike with his omnipresence ability of knowing everything in the universe. So that's kind of what the power is all about. Now, the thing about the Unipower or the Enigma Force, it would only last for a short period of time. It will last whenever the cataclysmic event would expire, then the power would leave them and go back to the micro universe to find its next bear whenever another big problem happens. It's not a long-lasting power. They've done different comics where what if Captain Universe power stuck with Spider-Man, but that's not what I'm talking about in this particular video. We're going to be looking at this Funko item. Just want to give you guys sort of a Cliff Notes version of the Enigma Force or the Unipower, what it's basically all about. But we're going to do a full review of this Spider-Man Captain Universe. We're going to look at the packaging as a whole. We'll look at the paint and articulation, and conclude final thoughts for you, the viewer. Should you pick this guy up? Should you spend about 12, 13 bucks US to pick up the Spider-Man Captain Universe figure? Stay tuned, guys. We're going to a breakdown. All right, guys, we're in our breakdown segment looking at the Spider-Man Captain Universe Entertainment Earth exclusive. And the very first thing we do in the breakdown segment is look at the packaging and presentation. Of course, this is your standard size Funko box that we normally see out in the wild. Not very, very big. It's your, like I said, standard size. It's not 6-inch. It's not 10-inch. Let's look right here at the top. We have Pop's symbol right here, the Marvel logo, number 614 in the line. A nice shot of Captain Universe Spider-Man right here. Great window box display, as you can see right here for the figure. The all-important Entertainment Earth exclusive limited edition sticker. Now, as I mentioned before, I picked this guy up at FYE. FYE gets a lot of exclusive, PF exclusive. They get a lot of stuff for Entertainment Earth that's shared to them as a retail store as well. Over here we have Spider-Man Captain Universe. Hopefully you can see without the glare right there. Over here we have the figure, what would look like out of packaging. We have, of course, Marvel, Pops, and the Captain Universe. You might notice the comic paneling on the background here. It might be hard to pick up from my camera, but it has sort of like comic pages on the behind the Captain Universe figure. Of course, the 614 right here. When you turn it over here, we have typical writing for Spider-Man Captain Universe 614. And the back of the packaging, again, shows the figure, Marvel, and it says The Amazing Spider-Man. Again, this design happened in Spectacular Spider-Man 158. It was not an Amazing Spider-Man issue when he got the power, when he displayed it for the very first time. So let's get this guy out of packaging and continue the breakdown segment. All right, guys, we have a Spider-Man Captain Universe figure out of packaging. The next thing we do when we take a figure out of packaging is look at the paint and articulation. But before I do that, I want to kind of put a stop on it real quick because you may notice the way this figure looks. It doesn't look like Spider-Man per se. We talked about that at the beginning of this video. The way he looks here, with the exception of the web right there, is how Captain Universe normally looks before he gets imprinted upon somebody. That's why he looks the way he does. I'll put a picture up over here so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. That's how he looks before he gets embedded or imprinted on another person. Now, Spider-Man here looks really, really cool. Again, the really cool starburst effects right here on the face. Of course, the typical Spider-Man little eyes. Right here, the webbing, since you kind of know it's Spider-Man. That's his own little personal touch to this outfit. We have that weird star effect right here on the chest that follows it through the entire figure, through across the back. And he has these white legs right here, as the Captain Universe normal entity has it as well. What's very cool is these starburst effects, these blast effects on his hands. They look really, really neat. They look sort of like an atom that's coming off. It looks really, really cool. Love the way this figure looks. Looks awesome. Of course, this being a Marvel figure, it is a bobblehead. We've talked about this before. I'm not a big fan of bobbleheads. The spring on this guy isn't too bad. You can see the spring right here. Will the head turn? You would have to move the spring to move the head. The stance is very, very good. It will hold its own weight. It will not topple over. No need for a figure stand. There's no peg points right here. He will stand with no issue. Box or unbox, that might be your next question. I think this guy would look good unboxed, especially with those blast effects. The translucent material looks really good. I'll get an up-close shot so you can see it a little bit better there. It looks like it's a two-tone color. I don't know if you can come across on video, but this portion here, this color right where I'm pointing to, right here, this is more of a brighter orange, while the back color is more of a lighter yellow color to give this two-tone effect, which gives the blast effect that you would normally see from when Spider-Man would initiate the Enigma Force, the Uni-Power. That's sort of what it would do when he would basically shoot the energy out. You would see these cool effects that would go around his hands. That's what they were trying to mimic or take precedence from, to do that sort of cool blast effect. I like that. Looks really, really good. Would you buy this? Should you buy this figure? We'll talk about that in final thoughts. And with that being said, let's head over to that segment right now. Okay, guys, final thoughts on the Spider-Man Captain Universe figure, Entertainment Earth exclusive. Should you pick this up? Should you spend the money for this? I like this figure. Again, I read this comic back in the early 90s when the storyline for Acts of Vengeance came out. I loved what they did with Spider-Man. I thought it was super cool, changing up Spider-Man, making him look like this. Mind you, it only lasted for a few issues when he had the Captain Universe power. It happened in Spectacular Spider-Man. It did go over into Amazing Spider-Man, maybe a couple other books when you saw him with the Enigma Force, the Uni-Power. But eventually he lost this power a couple issues down the road, but it was very, very cool when he had this power. I liked the idea, and especially for vinyl figure coming Funko form, they did a bang-up job, Funko did, to nail this figure, taking it from the comic to the vinyl figure world. Love it. Definitely would spend the money for it. Again, being an Entertainment Earth exclusive, you don't have to order it from their website. Maybe most local FYEs, you could probably pick this up. Price point was about $12, $13 US. To me, it's definitely, personally, a buy. With that being said, I hope you like this video review of the Spider-Man Captain Universe Entertainment Earth figure. Remember to click the like button at the bottom of the page. Click the subscribe button, which will picture my face at the bottom here. When you subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon to be notified of my latest videos. Of course, last but not least, you can click Windows over here to watch more of my content. Take care, guys. See you next video, and bye-bye.